Welcome to my channel. Now we're going to talk about how to do the cut. And flower thrusting is the last time we introduced to you. Now we're going to do our cut. Can you see my straight sword? If you cannot, it's because I make too straight. Now it's a straight sword. So when you're cutting, you can see a lot of movies or video games, they're using cutting for some cutting purpose. And most of the time people cut like this, cut like this, no problem. You know, all kinds of cut and slice, no problem. But if you want to make it clean and looks more real, you have to have imagination cutting point. And you have to have a certain part of a sword to use for cutting. And you can do big cutting like double hand, big cut, right? In front of the camera, you can see I'm doing the big crossing camera, double hands cutting. And I can do one hand, slide and cut. Also, I can do the flat. If I do the flat, and then normally I use this part of the sword to make sure that this is the contact space area. I want to use this for the sword for cutting. And if the target is right in front of me, you have to use your elbow to pointing at the direction where you want to cut. And deliver. See, hold my sword. Hold my sword. Don't release yet. Don't release it till the last second. Release. It's a pure wrist power. All right. The wrist power, you got to practice till your forearm get numbed. And that's how I've been when I was like 10 or 11. Every day do all those small cutting practice. It's really boring, but very tiring, but very useful. And basics never going to be easy. From the profile, take a look. I'm going to open my elbow, release the sword till the last second. You see the cutting point is on the edge of the top to the center of the straight sword. And elbow pointing forward, cut, cut. You want to cut through. You have to use the arm, release, last second, make a flat. Do never cutting with too much of an early release. Then by the end, you want to reach the target. Your power strength already gone to the other earlier side space. So you want to release the last second. Set up the point, the practice, the goal you want to practice. You want the cutting. Release. Pointing my elbow to forward. And hold my sword till the last second. Go to the release. Cutting point. Come back. Come back. Take a look at my tassel. Because I swing, the last second you can see the tassel sweeping. And the end is to make it straight and flat on the sword. And cut. All right. What not to do. You see that? Cut too early. Cut too early. You see my elbow release straight to my arm too early and slide to the side, which is I'm missing the cutting point. You have to pointing the target and then release the last second to the end of the point for cutting. Coming back, release, point your elbow straight, hold the sword and release and stabilize. Also, you have to put the super nice and clean and don't let your hands pointing out and control. You see the muscle line? Coming back, pointing forward, release, cutting. Coming back. You see the line is super straight. What normally the common mistake is when you come back. Watch my elbow release too early. Move the arm to the center, which is no. Action, Slide, release, release fast later. And what not to do, straight your elbow, slide, move the arm to the center. Move, which is no cutting point. With the cutting point, elbow, release. And also flip over, you can see this part is super tight on my wrist. It's not gonna be moved. Flip over. So you are controlling the weapons in every single angle. Flat cutting is pretty common, but there's also another common cutting. You can use one hand or two hands, do a slide and 45 cutting. Between cutting and slice, there's a little tiny difference. Cutting is to cut down. Slide is to slide. You see? Cut, slide. I'm using the cut to break something. That's why the point has to be short and sharp. Elbow, cut, 45. Elbow, cut, 45. Slide is you're drawing the line from the beginning to the end. Slide. See, there's cutting points are different. Slice much earlier and moving over. Cutting is at that point. Cutting down. Cutting down. It's like when we're young, you always, trying to cutting something, funny, like a watermelon, or cutting the bottle. Maybe we can later on try use the cutting and cut the bottle. See if we have that power for the last end. The reason why cutting is more powerful because your cutting points are very short. You see that? Very short. So I want to make sure that all the power go to that point to make a damage. And then if you do not have that, it looks like slide. You see that? Slide, drawing a line. Because I release early, I use the top of the sword, drawing the line and moving over, stabilize the arm with my sword, make a flat slide. Flat slide. 45 slide. 45 slide. Cutting, point. Cutting, point. Yeah. That's between slide and cutting difference. Is the point and the length difference. Don't copy at home. Don't copy, just for fun. Watch. Cutting. Okay. Normally, I'm using short boom for cutting. I'm not going to touch him, okay? But that's the cutting. If I want to slide, slide. Cutting. Slide. For cutting, I will make a very deep mark. But for sliding, I will make a big cut. It's different. This one have no sharp edge. But take a look. It's a front and back. You see that? Double one. 1,